Jimmy Cochran with us today, representing our city clerk. Jimmy, did our city clerk properly call this meeting?
Yes, sir. They were sent to the Henry Herald, on Thursday, April 10th. The agenda and notice was posted on the first floor of City Hall on Thursday, April the 10th also.
Thank you for the call. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for another day in the city of McDonough. Lord, we count it an honor and a privilege to serve the citizens of this great city, and we just invoke your presence on the proceedings on this evening. We ask that this city would be blessed and that it would be at the pinnacle of its glory. And we just ask that you will please continue to endow us with your wisdom. And it's in Jesus' precious and matchless name that we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Gail. Let's move down to
You can, I got the one.
entertain a motion to approve the agenda. McDonough Government Finance. So moved. Second.
Second.
Thank you so much. Anybody have any questions or comments? Hearing none, Jimmy, would you please share the motion in the second with us, please?
Yes, sir. The motion is that the agenda for tonight's meeting be approved.
Okay, let's all vote. Yea and nay. And the result?
And the vote is 6 in favor, Mr. Clerk.
Move down to item number 17. I know I've read the minutes and they look good to me, and but if you've got an opportunity, I guess, to see them too. You want a minute to look at those minutes? I would recommend they be approved.
So moved.
Can I have a second? Second. Any questions? Any additions? Any deletions? Hearing none, Jimmy, would you please restate the motion in the second floor?
Yes, sir. The motion is that the minutes from the February 17th, 2014 meeting be approved.
Okay, if you please vote, ladies and gentlemen. And
I'm sorry, Jimmy. I'm listening to that.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, the vote is
I should
5.
have said that.
That's okay. The vote is 5 in favor, Mr. Mayor.
last meeting, ladies and gentlemen, I had so many telephone calls from people in Pennsylvania, relative to trying to ask them in good faith that we would consider waiving some of the penalties from prepayment. Prepayment of those loans initially about 3.6. We had a lot of conversations. The last conversation I had here, that they could not waive all the penalties, but they would waive some. And I stayed in touch with Mobile and shared with her, it looked reasonably good because we kept the discussions. We got down to the point after, I can't tell you how many conversations I've had with the PNC Bank people. So when we went to the Capitol, we didn't get much accomplished other than a lot of conversation, wasting that time, obviously wasting mine. And the Chamber of Commerce had called me, and we were chatting a little bit about it. And David Gill, I saw him at the Capitol, he said, well, I think that that's something you all give some consideration to. I have a friend with Georgia Banking, and they knew the president of PNC in Pennsylvania, and they had numerous calls and conversations. I guess the bottom line was 3 weeks ago tomorrow, a young lady that I was in contact with, a former employee of Bennett Motor Express, had been there for years and had been with PNC. She was so helpful, and I was so encouraged by the fact, the conversation that she and I had relative to calling my friend Charlie. Charlie and I got to be fairly close until he decided to jump this off, and without, these penalties, it's written by Trigger Center. In my recollection, last conversation we had, was probably about 1.7 million, more than 1.8. You have a figure for us that you can share with the council.
Yes, the payoff balance is roughly $750,000 without the penalty. The penalty is $34,000. So we would have a total payoff on this of $784,000 as of March 31st.
What were we saving interest if we paid off?
There was a savings, and I had like recalculated it, but before we would have saved approximately $28,000.
But that was
back in January.
so that number would be less.
That's correct, we made 2 payments in here.
And you say the current outstanding balance was what?
As of 3/31, the current outstanding balance is $749,375 for the payoff, and you still have to pay the $34,000 penalty.
Oh, okay.
So that will bring that total to $784,000.
And then what you got to say, I guess it's a decision of the council. I just gave you a good conscience, pay $1 to cover myself, but that's a decision of the council. You do get a credit on the other end, but I'm just appalled that, I thought they had a community spirit, having come from, the RNC, Republic of Canada, and I had hoped that they would, consider our community relative to this, but apparently they did not, and I understand that too, I guess. So council members, you have an option here, any questions? Low leader? Yes.
Mayor, I have a question that I need to ask concerning, we did sit here and vote.
That's right.
So, to go ahead and do,
This is back like in January, right?
Right.
You're absolutely right.
So now that we're coming back, I agree with you. I think any savings to the city is beneficial as long as any funds that are available are placed where they're not utilized for anything else. So that this debt can be taken off the books.
I guess what you're saying is what I'm thinking. This money needs to be put in escrow and pulled out every month.
Whatever that term is.
And that really brings up my question, Mayor. Has anyone talked with PNC about the possibility of putting the funds in escrow at their bank? And, I'm sorry?
No ma'am, go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, I'm asking that because that might enable us to pay it off sooner without the penalty if they're somehow gaining interest off of the funds that we would be depositing. I don't know, Lee, go ahead, I'm just being creative.
No, that's okay. We've all talked about it, and I think that, and Lolita, don't let me step on your toes or anything, but I think that what we all decided was it makes the most sense just to encumber the funds or put them almost in escrow at the city level so that the funds can't be spent on anything else but on Alexander Park, but that way we save ourselves the interest or the fees that we might otherwise pay to a bank like PNC or to a third party who might do that for us. But this way we achieve the same goal, right? We don't incur the prepayment penalty, which outweighs the savings that you would be not paying in the interest ultimately. So we're saving that money. You continue to pay it off, and the money is set aside for this purpose, which would, you get the most bang for your buck. You're paying off the debt, and you're saving any fees associated with putting it into escrow in private hands.
So other than paying the debt off, what specifically were we trying to accomplish with the early repayment?
The goal behind that was making sure that as we continue to draw and pay down on the Alexander Park to the regular course, we don't, because this was not bonded, we don't put projects in and not realize that at some point we dwindle under what the total payment would be, and then have to find that fund from somewhere else. So it was a way of basically getting it off the books altogether. I think the idea of now that we recognize that it's probably going to work in our favor to just between the 34 and the 28,000. So it's basically, to me, it's just a wash. You can better continue to spend it as you've been and just encumber those funds. Encumber the difference and so segregate those away from, as we go from the regular sports budget we'll see. So we don't commingle and go. But that was our fear that at some point, you know,
And we put in escrow too.
you keep picking from the tree and not realizing that you got a limit to what you could spend, and we just didn't want to get anywhere near there. By paying it off, you don't have to worry about doing it, because now, even your projects, once you come to that end, you're at the end. But when you keep, people keep saying, well, let's do this with the park, let's do this with that additional funds, and you don't realize you depleted below what that payment to the 2015 is. We just didn't want to run into that foul. So now, what we can do is segregate those monies out.
We would have to.
We would segregate them away, and the difference between the 700, what is it, where we at, balance?
We're at $749,000.
And so we have some additional sports three funds of, I think it's right around 1 point.
Well, right now, we would have, after we do the payoff, we would have $1.4 million.
1.4. We just didn't want to make sure that 1.4, we don't go to 1.5 and come in 100,000 over. So we'll segregate those. That 1.4 go to Alexander Park projects and whatever it needs for Alexander Park. The 700 will go to pay off the loan funds.
And if you put other things, I see for it outside of the escrow, we don't have any more contact with them, right? We put in escrow, whatever.
And it just deplete one by one, because as you remember, when we presented this, we were 800,000, so we made 2 payments since then.
That's the important thing to see.
Mr. Gardner, I have asked you a number of times if this payoff affected the SPOS funds.
Yes.
And you said it didn't when we were talking about trying to get Alexander Park completed.
No, what I said, Ms. Gill, is that once you have that total pot of money, you still
No,
have to pay
I know
off.
what you said to me.
Now, you still have to put off, it's all going towards Alexander Park. The only portion is going to Alexander Park payment, and the other portion is going to the Alexander Park
It was
project.
I clearly asked if it was separate to the remaining funds necessary to finish the park.
And that's what I said the $1.4 million was. I didn't remember
Well,
saying.
that's
we
what
were on
you
the
said
third floor, that's what I
now,
said.
but that isn't what was discussed with me. Okay.
There are 2 pots of money for Alexander Park. There's the bonded funds that still have funds available, and then there's the project funds. What we're talking about right now
It's
is
just
project.
the project fund. You still have the thing somewhere we had left over in the
Almost about
500,000 left. So we put the 500,000 on top of the 1.4, you're close to $2 million that goes to Alexander Park for the park itself, construction of the park. The 800 goes off to pay off the loan.
All right.
Yes, ma'am. I didn't realize that I was segregating them out because obviously you still have the bonded money that we still have to burn through.
Thank you.
Yes,
Okay, folks.
Is that what you're looking for, Ms. Gail?
Any other
I
questions?
guess, I've been confused, for a long time right now.
I don't have any questions about, go ahead, Councilman.
Yeah, none. You said you guess. Is that,
Yes.
you said you guess. I think it's explained it. I think sometimes if you know.
No, he knows what I'm talking
Right.
about, because, that's not a pun at all,
Right.
Mr. Stewart,
Right.
that I've asked, we've had a lot of conversations concerning, funding, okay? And there have been a lot of back and forth of how things would be taken care of. And so, this is, the clearest that it has been.
So it's answer. Thank you.
Unless somebody has a question, I would recommend that, what the leader said, that we put this, X number of dollars in escrow, and over a period of, how many months?
The balance will be paid off 2015.
December 2015.
Some.
December 2015.
I'd recommend, unless somebody has some other comments favorable to the city, but I just rather put in escrow and lose all contact with PNC and pay it off and not create any additional liability for the city. Welcome any comments, all motion.
So moved.
Second.
Motion Ms. Nottie and, Councilman Stewart, put these dollars in escrow, and, got a motion second, this is important stuff. I just don't like penalties. I said when I came here in 2006, I came up one Sunday afternoon, I read that contract, and gosh, I can't believe that. That'd be one of the days I hope I'll have an opportunity to get those penalties waived. Ladies and gentlemen, it didn't work out that way. Bottom line, it just didn't. I thought surely a bank with a community spirit would help us. That didn't take place.
Mayor,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
just want to make this comment, and I do fully understand and agree with what you're saying. It's unfortunate that they couldn't, but sometimes because of contractual constraints and policies, this is probably coming from their board, and more so than the individuals that you've spoken with, because it sounds as though there was a willing spirit, but with the FDIC and all of these other constraints that they have, it's difficult to go back unless the contract is being renegotiated.
Well, and sorry, I understand that fully. I told he's a community relationship manager. And I told him that I was, we don't have anything hang our hat on. It's a contractual arrangement, I understand that. But the goodness said you're interested in the community. He said, yeah, I understand that.
Yes.
I would have thought to make that a big consideration, but I shouldn't say anything. We signed the contract back before I got here on behalf of all of us, so you're exactly right. Anybody have any questions? Jimmy, would you kind of share with us that motion second? Let's see where we go with this.
Yes, sir. Motion is to put $749,375. Is that correct? Is that the amount?
The total amount is $749,375.
Is to put $749,375 into escrow and then continue paying off monthly as we have been.
And which, I think the last payment will begin.
December of 2000.
2015.
All right, everybody heard the motion? Second, understand? Let's vote.
Oh, 6 in favor, Mr. Mayor.
What?
Excuse me, okay, 7 in favor.
7 in favor. Okay, Cam, good. Thank you so much. And thank you, councilman, because I think this is a good move, and, this debt's has been a painful one for the city, $40-some thousand a month for so many years, but it looks like it's coming to closure with, this decision. So with that, I entertain motion for adjournment of this meeting. Second. Anybody have any questions? All those in favor, can you please vote at this time? Motion adjournment for the finance corporation. And
That is 7 in favor.
how many?
7.
Fair enough. Everybody. Oh, thank you so